Hey Gearheads, Merry Christmas and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Way back there is Tucker, and we've been gifted with this beautiful sleigh from Cadillac in the premium luxury version of the regular wheelbase Escalade. And in this video, we will tell you what it's like for our family of 3. Alright Holly, first things first, Tucker's all the way back in the third row of this vehicle and it's kind of hard to hear him. So there's just a lovely decorated button there on the left side of the steering wheel that has an ear on it. Why don't you give that button a press? And now it is using the built-in microphones both up here with us, and Tucker has his own microphone back there so he can talk back to us. How are you doing back there in the third row, Tucker?
Great.
Do you like this car?
Yes.
Do you like having 3 rows?
Yes.
And you really like riding in the third row, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, a whole lot of fun in this 3-row SUV. Plenty of room. 25 cubic feet of space behind that third row with the seat up. So, anyway, got us on.
It's a bus.
Yeah, it is a bus. What are your first thoughts, first impressions now that we've had this Escalade for just about a week now?
So I can already probably tell you that I probably like riding in it more than driving it.
Okay. Why don't we turn? There's this weird echo going on.
That's me.
There you go. Thank you. So, okay.
But I mean, I haven't been driving around in it for very long.
Right.
It's fun. It's fancy. I like the wooden.
Yes, lots of wood accents in here.
It's big.
It is very big. So why don't we talk about the styling outside and then we'll move inside and we'll let you drive through traffic a little more and we'll finish up with driving impressions. How's that?
Sure. Great.
What do you think of the outside?
I like it.
Yeah, the
It's
taillights are the biggest taillights of any vehicle, I think, on the road today. What are your thoughts on those massive LEDs that go from the top of the vehicle down to the bottom bumper?
I mean, I like it. There's no mistaking what you're doing in traffic or otherwise.
Yep.
I like the styling of the body. It's a little boxy, but I mean, with a car this big, that's kind of like what people like, I guess. You know, I would choose a different color.
It adds to the interior space. Interesting that you bring up the color because the #1 positive comment I've gotten since having this is the color. People absolutely love this radiant red tint coat, which is a $1,300 option. Not to give away window sticker to you before we get to that part of the segment.
Well, it is a very classy red, I will say that.
And all the chrome exterior accents on this one, it
definitely screams luxury.
And it screams Christmas, so here we are, Christmas week. So, yes, very Christmassy ride for us. Santa's sleigh. I think he would be very happy in this Escalade. So, big exterior, very classy look. What are your thoughts moving inside? You've spent a lot of time riding around on the inside.
I love the inside. It's got a good mix of textures and technology, and so the seats are comfortable. There's speakers in your
Care to guess how many speakers are in this entire vehicle?
3.
Is this just
Tucker says 3.
Radio speakers, or the speakers too that you can talk to other people?
Well, that just uses the built-in
system.
Yeah, that's using all the
10.
No. More.
I love it here.
You love it here?
36 speakers, including 2 subwoofers and 3 amps. So this is an AKG reference system. It literally sounds like you're in a concert when you crank it up to 25. Which
no wonder you had the music turned up so loud.
That's as loud as I've gotten it in this one, but it really does. And then you were talking about technology. 38 inches of curved OLED screen there in front of you. It's actually 3 different screens. Both of the outside are touch screens. Then you've got a digital gauge cluster back behind the steering wheel there.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to look at. Is it overwhelming or easy to adapt to?
You're talking to the non-tech person.
Right.
So, and this is my first time behind the wheel. So, first time behind the wheel, first impressions, overwhelming.
Yeah.
I wish there was a little bit more on the head-up display than just the mileage.
Right.
But
Speed and posted speed.
Sure. I wish there was a little bit more on that, but right now I'm not even trying to figure out any of this technology. But it's okay, so it seems overwhelming, but it seems very clear. Like if this was my vehicle and I was driving it, I would have taken the time to learn where everything is. The important thing is that the most used thing for me would probably be the seat warmer and ventilation, and it's right here on the side, very easy to find, and the controls for your air condition are all right here too. So I wouldn't, even having just jumped into the vehicle without doing anything, I know where my speed limit is and my how fast I'm going and my controls, my air controls.
Yep.
So easy.
You brought up the seat, heated and ventilated seats that are automatic. So they remember, they take notice as to what the exterior temperature is like, and they take care of you. Tri-zone climate control. So there are controls on the back of the center console here for rear seat passengers. The middle row seats are heated on the outboard. We have captain's chairs, not a bench seat. And back where Tucker is in the third row, you get seats.
You get seats.
No heat, no massage, no ventilated, no
But I will
nothing.
say
You get
one
to
thing
come
that
along.
I do like about these ventilated and heated seats, well, especially ventilated, is the design of the seat. You can't really tell. There's some vehicles that you open the door and you're like, oh, they're ventilated, and I'm not sure if I like that or dislike it. It's just one of the things, but I know for sure that I like that these are kind of incognito ventilated seats.
One last topic while we're talking about the seats. General Motors and Cadillac especially have started doing this contrasting piping on the seats.
I love it.
Yeah, just
I love it.
Going back to the different textures and looks,
I love it.
gives it a classy appearance.
Anything, I mean, it's a small thing, but anything that gives the look of the car, any small design that gives the look of a car just something unique about it, makes it feel that much more classy and luxurious. And that's one of those things, and special.
Yeah. So you probably like this giant speaker grill that goes across the front that looks like the Doppler effect. Huh?
I do like it.
Yeah. All right, so technology. What about this little bit of technology in your rear view camera mirror?
You know I don't like that. That's the first thing I did is turn it off.
And now with Tucker in the back seat, we can actually use it to see him way back there in the third row.
You can, yeah, but it is, I mean, it's a tiny little mirror and a tiny little window back there. I'm definitely coming around on, what do you call that?
Rear view camera mirror.
Camera mirror. I'm coming around on it, especially like we've had, you know, limited view out the back from putting so much stuff in the back. So I'm coming around to it on that, but it just takes my mind and my eyes a little bit to be like, oh, there's a car like right there.
And it's a screen, so there's a lit element to it, especially at night. So you can adjust the brightness and things like that. All right, we're downtown Tyler, Texas. We just drove over the brick streets. What are your thoughts on the ride of this?
It's really smooth, a lot smoother than I was expecting it to be for as big of a vehicle as this is.
As big as it is, and it's riding on 22-inch wheels. I remember when we were in high school and college, 20s were like, oh my gosh, that is the biggest thing ever. Now 22s are the smallest wheel size you can get on an Escalade. They are the only wheel size you can get on an Escalade. So rides really well, and this one has an adjustable
I don't really know what that means.
What?
22. Is
That's
that
how big the wheel is. 22 inches tall. The wheel, the metal
like
wheel, the metal wheel in
so
wrapped
not the
in,
tire.
No.
Huh.
So 22 inches of wheel, nearly 2 foot of wheel.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the benefit of having, like, why are you so like, whoa, 22 inches?
Because that's a big
I mean,
wheel.
it may surprise you that me and my friends in high school did not talk about that.
No, 20-inch blades on the Impala.
I mean, that.
Okay.
I'm not saying I knew what that meant.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I knew it was.
the bling factor for one, but the problem as wheel sizes get bigger, usually that translates into a rougher ride, and especially when there is less sidewall on the tire. So the bit of tire that you can actually see when you're looking at a vehicle from the side, the less tire you have, the less smooth the ride will be. So the fact that this has that smooth of a ride with that big of a wheel and tire,
Impressive.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Now I know.
this also has the adaptive height air ride suspension, which kind of helps feel like we're on a cloud and float over everything as we go down the road. Doesn't help that this thing weighs over 6,000 pounds either. Yeah. So,
Wow.
but 6.2 liter V8, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. Kind of thirsty, 10-speed automatic transmission. We're currently in two-wheel drive, but we can do four-wheel
We
drive.
lost someone.
I had a feeling. We can do four-wheel drive in this one. What does your feeling of just being able to go in this?
Like the pick up and go?
Yep.
You know, I didn't notice, but it's not bad.
Yeah. For
I
a
didn't know-
6,000
Like,
pound
what was
vehicle?
that other huge vehicle that we drove that I always say I don't like?
Was it the Tahoe?
The Tahoe. That was like
Yeah.
chugga, chugga, chugga. Not this one,
Yeah.
huh? I was kind of expecting this to ride like the Tahoe.
Well, the Tahoe we drove was a Z71, and it had the 5.3 liter V8. Again, the 6.2 is the smallest V8 you can get in the Escalade. So we're only talking the premium, the best of the best
The best of the best.
here with this vehicle. And it does have start-stop at stoplights. You
I
haven't
have
even-
noticed.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you have noticed that.
Yes.
When you've got a big V8 like that, it does kind of shake and roar
You
to
know,
life.
and it wasn't really that wasn't that noticeable, the shaking and coming
Yep.
to life. And it's not that noticeable if you're just there for a second. But we were sitting at a red light for quite a while, and it is humid here in
Yes.
Texas. And that's when I noticed. I was like, gosh, why am I getting all sticky?
Yeah. But having these ventilated seats definitely
That
helps.
helps. And I turned it on right after that.
Yep, yep. So, steering wheel. We haven't even talked about. Thoughts on the steering wheel?
I like the wood,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's just a. I mean, and the obviously.
The Escalade.
The-
Cadillac badge steering wheel.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just a normal. I mean, it's soft. I like that. That's not a normal run-of-the-mill
Right, right.
material that's used all the time.
So, very premium, very upscale. Care to guess where this is built?
What do you mean?
Where in the country this came from? I normally don't ask you this question.
No.
2 hours.
Texas.
2 hours west of us in Arlington, Texas.
Okay,
So
there you go.
this is born and built right here in the great state of Texas.
There you go. You should have led with that. This is weird.
Yep, and there's actually a light up
What is that?
Cadillac badge on the backside of
Interesting.
there. So just, to let everyone else know, we're in an Escalade.
Good, good. If I'm gonna have an Escalade, everybody better know.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. We did lose Tucker to the Sandman back in the back, but why don't we cut to installing his child's safety seat, not only back there in the third row where he is now, but in the second row as well. So one of the great things about this vehicle is it is very child seat friendly in both this second row and the third row where you've seen Tucker riding most of this video. You can see we've got his car seat securely fastened back here. There is a top tether for all three outboard positions, or all three positions here on the third row seat. So you could, in theory, if you've got them narrow enough, get 3 car seats or a car seat in all 3 positions here in the third row. But as you can see, looking down, there are no lower latch points. So we actually have this one secured using the seat belt. Getting in is actually very easy for Tucker as well, thanks to the power deployable running boards and the seats that flip and fold up out of the way to allow Tucker to climb into the back seat. However, some downsides to putting a child seat back here in the third row, especially on the passenger side versus the driver's side, is your power folding rear seats. Well, can't fold it with the seat in place, that's obvious, but even the passenger side has to navigate the width of the child seat that is in place. So just something to consider when choosing where to put in a child seat back here in the third row seat, if that is even something that you want to do. We know, however, most parents are going to opt for second row child seat installation, especially if you only have 2 or fewer children. So this is really where you're going to put it. Unfortunately, due to the flip and fold nature of these second row seats, getting into the back seat with a child seat in place means this seat is going to stay put. We are optioned with the captain's chairs, though you can get a full bench seat back here. With the captain's chairs, you've got plenty of pass-through in between the 2 seats, so that isn't much of a problem. Putting the seat down and getting it ready to accept a child seat is actually very easy. So we've got 2 levers here on the side, one to flip and fold it, one for the sliding adjustments forward and back. But putting my son's forward-facing Graco car seat into place, I have not really been able to get these head restraints to adjust up or down, so really had to feed that top tether through and get it in there first and foremost. And then the lower latches are easily found and easily accessible without too much leather or seat material in the way. So that's actually rather easy, and you can tighten them down really quickly and easily. There's plenty of room to get up in and around the car seat to get it in place. Then it does scoot forward, not quite enough to get the best advantage back here with the top tether. Let's see if I can do it without even looking. There we go. And then you can tighten it down into place. It's easiest if you go around back there and do it, but you can get it very snug and in place here in the second row, no problem. And then Tucker's got access to the rear seat infotainment. Side note, he did notice he couldn't reach these with his hands when he was strapped into his child seat, but toes do a good job too, right? So there we have it, 3 rows of comfortable seating, able to get Tucker in the back row or in the middle row. We didn't even talk about the screens back here on the backs of the front seats that tap into the built-in Wi-Fi on this vehicle. Tucker was able to watch YouTube coming back from going over to your parents, and even though he was restrained and couldn't reach it with his hands, he did find a trick with his toes. So sorry to whoever gets this vehicle next. Any other thoughts in here before I pull out the window sticker?
You didn't talk about the kick underneath in the back, which is super convenient,
so
and works. We'll say that.
What she is referencing is the kick to open rear lift gate. Cadillac emblem is illuminated on the ground, and you kick up to it and opens the hatch.
I feel like this is the first car that we've had that's had that feature that it like actually works without you being like
once I figured it out on the Buick that we had, I was able to make it work 100% of the time as well. So the trick is to make sure you get up high enough underneath the bumper to make it work. So
there you go.
I will give them credit there. Any other thoughts or things that have popped into your mind since having this? What's the visibility like? I noted the screen really hampered seeing out the side windows.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the
with
mirrors are huge.
I know the mirrors are huge. With a big vehicle like this, it's hard to have a lot of visibility, but you know, with the screen rear view mirror, that helps.
All right.
If you like that kind of thing.
So I mentioned when we started, we are in the premium luxury, which is a step above the base model, but this one is very well optioned. What would you say the window sticker is on this Cadillac Escalade?
95.
107,810.
Woo!
Now, I will tell you, gearheads, I've spent a lot of time on Cadillac's website ever since seeing that price. The fully decked out version that I would want if I'm shopping for an Escalade, $115, which is the top trim, not the V model, but the top trim outside of the V performance version. So the fact that this is practically a base model optioned up to 107, when you're playing in six
Well,
figures,
and 1,300 of that is the color of the car. So
when you're playing in the six-figure market, just a few more thousand, I'd go all out. I'd go all out.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, yeah, I would too.
While I've got this out, I did mention the 6.2 liter V8. Window sticker says 14 city, 18 highway, 16 combined. Over there, I can see we have driven this 256 miles and we're getting 12.4. So
you have to put premium gas in it?
Yeah. So, yeah, not only are you paying 107, 108 for the price tag of this thing, but you'll be paying every time at the pump, driving it around and filling it up quite often based on our experience so far.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
Is this real wood?
This is real wood. I did a lot of research.
Let's buy it.
All right. Well, there you go. Holly likes it. I like it. Tucker really likes it. He especially likes the built-in microphone and speaker system. But for us here at GT Garage Talk, I will let you know if you want to know more from Holly, see some behind the scenes from her and from Tucker when he's awake, go find her on Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find me and everything else we do, everything, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all at GT Garage Talk, or just head on over to gtgaragetalk.com. But we are on our way to go see some Christmas lights. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Until next time, Gearheads.
Bye.
Okay, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah!
My eyelashes came in. I should have put my eyelashes on. I'm trying fake eyelashes, Daddy. It's happening.
I'm getting all this on camera, by the way.
Oh, it's turned on.
Yes.
Well, I got fake eyelashes for you YouTubers.
Come on.
Okay, it's not me, it's your daddy.
Yeah.